Hey y'all, how's everyone doing this morning? I got this plant diashes. I don't know if that's right, but there's the tag on it. Anyway, it's got some pretty pink blooms on it. And I was thinking about putting it here where this foxtail fern hasn't came back, so I think it's dead. And then this right here was it was a purple salvia, but it looks like it's dead too. So I'm going to take that out and this one out, and I think I'm going to put this one somewhere here in between these, maybe. And also, I think I'm going to take this out of here because, I don't know, it looked okay at first when all these were in bloom, but now they're looking bad, and that little head planter down there keeps getting knocked over. So I think I'm just going to take this whole thing out of here and maybe put these little things over here. Maybe I'll put them over there. Some of this got froze back in that freeze the other night. This did. It also got some of my potatoes. Look at that. It froze some of them back. Only froze like part of them. So I don't know if I should just trim all the, like cut them back, trim the leaves off, or if I should just leave it and let it push new growth. I'm not sure. If anybody knows, let me know. They had said it was only going to get to 35, but I had a feeling it was going to get colder, and it did. And it did some damage to this mum also. This purple mum. It's still green, but it's got a lot of frost damage or whatever. So anyway, that upsets me about those potatoes getting froze back like that. What's wrong with you over there making all that noise? Hmm? What you making all that noise about? Silly chickens. My blueberry bush has a bunch of blooms on it. Looks pretty. It's already got some blueberries going right here. Oh, I also have these little marigolds that I planted from seed, and I need to separate them anyway, but I'm just going to plant them out there in that raised bed. And these are little 4 o'clocks that I started from seed. What are you doing, Bounce? What are you doing? Said I'm taking a bath. Was you washing your face, huh? was early on it. I'll see how it does. I've never heard of this plant before, so I don't know how it will do here, but it's supposed to bloom spring through fall, so I guess to the first frost. So I need to water that in, and then I gotta plant those little marigold seedlings over there. See my four potatoes? This one didn't get hurt at all right here, but that one got halfway froze, and that one too. That one got almost all the leaves froze except for at the very bottom. And that one too. So hopefully they'll bounce out of that. I don't know. Anyway, I got these little marigolds here that I'm gonna just plant around here in these, like in these little squares on the end there, down there too, and over here. So let's do that. I hear a woodpecker. Look at these other ones. These are the last two right here. Alright, now I gotta water these. you doing, Jones? Hmm? You get down out of there. Get down. No. No. I said I wanted to wait on until after the frost. These little fox and celosia, calibrachoa. I don't know how well you could see out here with that sun the way it is. But anyway, I extended this bed right here. I just added this little section right here and got all of those planted in there. This is that white salvia right here. I like that. I already have a bunch of salvia in here that's blue. Right here it's starting to bloom. Here's another little bloom. And then I bloom in. Oh, I wanted to show you this. The bloom on here opened up on this columbine. Look at that. It's so pretty. It's gorgeous. I love it. I hope it does good here. I don't really know. I had one last year. It was a yellow one that I planted in this area, like right over here. But it died on me. I could have been my fault. I may have overwatered it, but... And then I had that little iris in a pot. I went ahead and put it in the ground right there. And this is that little lantana from my sister. I'm just letting it... I was waiting on it to get bigger before I give it to her. It froze some of these back, but it didn't get all of them. So I'm happy about that. It froze the tips right there on my... Just about 3 little tips on that Turk's Cap and on that one over there too. Just got just the tips, see? And only on a little bit of it. Same thing over here. See? This Craig's Mist flower, I think it likes cooler weather, so it didn't hurt it at all. It didn't hurt these scarlet sage. It didn't hurt my gladiolus. It didn't hurt this flame acanthus. And as you can see the Swiss char in that pot, it didn't hurt it either. This was coming up over there. And I think, I'm not positive, but I think maybe it's a penta from last year, but I'm not sure. So I'll just have to see. I've transplanted it over here because I'm thinking that's what it is, but I'm not 100% on that. It didn't hurt my Rose of Sharon here, or these little tiny seedlings that I had threw some hummingbird wildflower mix for hummingbirds, and I just threw the seeds out here and they had started coming up, and then we got that freeze, but it did not hurt them. And I don't know what all is in there. I see, looks like maybe cosmos and maybe zinnia. I'm not sure what all type of flowers were in there. It's just a mix. And it didn't hurt these oxalis because they like cooler weather. Yeah, these over here are even prettier. Well, they're not open at the moment. These right over here by this fountain. They're full of blooms, but they don't really open up until the sun hits them. One of them's trying to open right there. The sun's about to be out, and it's out, but I mean, it's about to be hitting them, and then they'll open up. But I love these. These will go, they kind of go dormant in the summer, like they just disappear. And then when it gets around September, late September, they pop back up. And they go through the whole winter. And then once it gets real hot, then they'll disappear again. Oh, and look at this. This has come back. And it didn't hurt it. It's got new growth. It's that Texas Star hibiscus. That's looking good. Got grass growing up in here. But yeah, it's doing good. I like that. Happy that came back. Over here, my hibiscus that I had planted out here, it's not a Texas hibiscus, it's just a regular hibiscus. And it got froze back at the tips of it. I pulled all the old, the frozen part off. I took it off, but it's still alive underneath, so it'll be okay. And then this is another peacock flower. It's still got some new growth way down there, so it's good. This also is a peacock flower, but it looks like it kind of got the tips on that one. And then this one, it did have some new growth, but I don't know. I guess we'll have to wait. It got this. This was having new growth, and then that freeze got it, but it'll bounce out of it. And then this here, I transplanted this magnolia tree, because where I had it planted over there, closer to the house on the backside, there was too much rocks in the soil, too much gravel. So I moved it out here where maybe I'll have a better chance of getting rooted in. Let's walk across the road and see what that breeze did. Well, I got this little bougainvillea. It froze the new growth back on that one, that little one. And it got a little bit of this one, but not all of it. I like to come and break these little tips off every once in a while as it's growing, and it makes it bush out more and get, a more full plant instead of real tall and straight looking. It'll get more full. Look at this. This salvia. It's a mealy blue sage. Blooming. That one is. But these other two that are just like it right here, they're not. And look, this vertigo penicillium, it don't seem to have froze it back as bad. And then it got some of the tips on this Esperanza. Of course, the Gaura still looks good. The Gaura, I think, can handle, it's like evergreen here. And it didn't hurt this rock rose, but it did. Well, it didn't get all of it, but it got some of the tips on this Esperanza. It'll bounce out of it, though. It's so windy over here. I had a little, what are they called? Begonia. It had green leaves, and then that freeze did knock it back a little, but it's still green underneath there. Look. So I'm just going to leave that alone and see what it does. And this, it looks like it got it. But I think this was a Jewels of Opar maybe that just came up in here. Just gonna pull that out. Sunflowers. It didn't really hurt them. There was a Jewels of Opar coming up over here. Let's see. It looks like it's still okay. It didn't really kill it. Protected by all these grass growing up here that I need to pull out. But I'm just gonna wait and let that bounce back because we're still getting, I think it's supposed to be in the 50s tonight. Look at these. These are blooming. Two of them. But this one. These are Mystic Spires Salvia. I wonder if that other one, see it blooming. It looks like freeze it back, but it don't have any blooms right here. And Legos, it froze. It got some. It didn't get all of it, but it knocked back a lot of the new Coreopsis. I was the other day, and how they will spread. And look, there's another one right here. And then I think that's what this is right here too. I think that's what that one is. I'm not sure though. We got a little bit of the tips on here, on this, but it didn't get all of it. Just got some of it. This is a Rocksteady Chase tree. Oh, right here is that. See, this is that other foxtail fern that I have, and see, it's coming back already. But that other one, it was doing nothing, so I'm pretty sure it was dead, so that's why I pulled it out. Here's some more of those oxalis. I said the sun had to hit them to open, but the sun's not hitting these, and they're open, so. In here, I got little seeds coming. Some of them's hackberry seeds, and a lot of them's vinca seeds, because I had vinca in there last year. Yarrow are going to be blooming soon. You'll see that. And then there's a bunch of them here too. I actually have one yarrow that's already blooming. Over here back across the road though. I don't know if I showed you this. I planted a Jane Magnolia right here. Blooms at the moment. It already lost its bloom. There's dead, dried up bloom right there. But anyway, it's got, is that a new bloom? Maybe that's a new one coming. I don't know, but it was beautiful when it was blooming. I have pictures I'll show you. And I still have another one in the pot that I bought, and I'm not positive on where I'm going to plant it yet. The other one's looking okay to come out here and deadhead all those spent blooms, because if not, rose hips, and I don't really want it to stop blooming. Look at this. See how I showed you it had pink the other day? Now look, this one has even more pink. I guess it does that on the old bloom. Once they fade to that cream, will turn pink. I guess. I don't know. This one's not. That's strange. I don't know what's up with that. See, this yarrow is already blooming right here. I decided to put those little pieces of cement that broke. I just set them in there like that. It's so warm out here that Swiss char is all wilted from the heat. We're in the 80s today.